What if you could make $5,000 a month helping small businesses automate boring tasks? In this video, I'm going to break down a simple automation agency that you can build out using HighLevel. We're going to talk about how to package different automations like review requests, appointment reminders, following up with leads that don't respond, re-engaging cold leads, and even the classic missed call text back. If you want to follow along in this video today, you can click the link in the description below to get a free trial of HighLevel. All the automations that I'm going to go over in this video, you will receive a snapshot of. So if you're wanting to start your own automation business using HighLevel, hopefully this gives you a much quicker start. We also have our free community in the description down below that gives you resources to help you land your first clients. But that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and jump into the platform itself and show you how you can build this out and build your own business. All right, so if this is your first time ever jumping into HighLevel, what you'll do is you'll actually come over here to the left side and you'll find this automations tab over here on the left. Now we'll show a few templates that I've loaded into my HighLevel account. And then also we'll talk about how to build out automations from scratch, because you might have a completely different idea of different automations that you want to give to business owners. So I'll give you kind of the basic overview and the foundation of how HighLevel works when it comes to building automations. But don't worry, we'll make it too complicated. And again, feel free to jump into HighLevel so you can follow along here. So we're going to go ahead and click automations, and you'll see here again different automations that are loaded into my account. But what we'll go ahead and do is I'll just pop up open a automation right here so you can see what it looks like, and you can get an example of what automations are for. So this is an example of an automation of after someone schedules an appointment, making sure that we are qualifying this lead and sending them appointment confirmation text leading up to that appointment so they show, right? Again, we all know if you are sending appointment reminders beforehand, the show rate is going to go much higher. So you'll see here, we start with a trigger. So what a trigger is in HighLevel, these are how you start an automation. And there's so many different triggers that you can pick from. Right here, you'll see this is appointment confirmed. When we go into building an automation from scratch, I'll show you some different different triggers as well. And then you'll see here, we send a notification to the office. And then after that, we're going to add a contact tag onto the contact. So this just helps keep everyone organized within the HighLevel platform. And then what we're going to do is we're going to remove an opportunity because we want it to take it out of the pipeline because now they are officially scheduled. And then we're going to send them a text message. And then depending on how they respond, we're going to have some different actions here as well. Now, I won't go through every single thing here, but I think you get the point, right? These are all different automations that you can take and install into business owners' businesses and install this system so that they, again, have a great way to confirm appointments. Now, you can do this with so many different things. Like I said before, you can do it with review requests, this appointment confirmation reminder that I just talked about right here to maybe re-engage cold leads. Another great example, and this is actually just a kind of a pro tip for you that I learned from some of the gurus that I first started learning from when I was at the beginning of my journey of making money online, and that was database reactivation automations. And so essentially what you would do is you would go into a business and say, hey, give us a list of all your people that, haven't came in for appointments for a long time. Let's go ahead and just do a mass campaign with emails and text messages to them. These are people that have opted into messages in the past, so we're able to send these to them. And, maybe we offer them a discount code. Maybe we send them a review request to give feedback, from their previous experience. And A, they get appointments booked, or B, they're getting new reviews that are coming in order to build up their organic ranking on Google, right? So again, I'm just trying to paint some pictures for you here so you can see some different avenues and angles that you can take when it comes to building automations out for business owners. So let me go ahead and back out of this and let me just show you what it looks like here to create an automation from scratch. Now, I mentioned triggers before. So when you start a one from scratch, you'll see here, we can go ahead and select from all these different automations, all these different triggers that are within HighLevel. Sorry, let me move my face out of the way. So you'll see here, we can do appointment booked. So that's the one I just showed you in the previous automation, right? Maybe have appointment status. I'll just scroll through here so you can see all these different types. So you have contact triggers right here. You have events, right? So maybe a customer replied to an email. Maybe there was a form submitted on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Another great example right here. I'll just, again, keep giving some use cases along the way. If you are running a automation agency, maybe you combine that with running ads, right? That's the most classic business model, SMMA, running ads for business owners. But maybe your unique niche to it is, hey, we don't just run ads and just throw over bad leads to you. We actually make sure that we run these ads, qualify them, text them, make sure that they're, showing up for these appointments and building out all the systems and automations on the back end. So you're hands off with it and they're just coming into your business. Anyway, I'll scroll through here. A lot of different opportunities, a lot of different triggers here for opportunities, courses, affiliates, payments. This is a great example, right? Once a payment's received, sending a review request. That's what I would use the payments for personally, so on and so forth. I won't read through, every single one, but let's just go through and build a very quick example. So let's go ahead and put in payment received here. And I'll give an example of like a review request automation that you could potentially build out. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to do the drop down here and we can just do like payment status is, and we'll do success, and we'll go ahead and save that trigger. And now what we can do is we can wait, or you can send it right away. It's up to you. Sometimes I like to do a time delay and I like to just give it like 1 day or maybe 1 hour. I would suggest doing it, sooner than later. I just, usually never built them out where it immediately goes through right away. So let's just say we'll do 1 hour. We'll save action there. And now what we'll do is we will put in another automation and we will do send review request right here. And then what we'll do here is we'll select our review link, and I'll show you where you can find this here in just a second. That's like an old one that I set up. And then you can do what type or how do you want to send this? So SMS, email, whatever it might be. Maybe you want to do both. Maybe you want to send it via SMS and you want to send it via email, right? You can absolutely do that as well. So we'll go ahead, select another one right here. You can do send review request and you can do it via email as well. And we'll just do the same link here. All right. And then real quick, if you want to split these up into 2 different paths, so say you want to make it a little bit more organized, what you can do is you can actually just put a split right here. So I'll just show you. So I'll just do split. Oop, can't spell right. There we go. And once you hit split, then it will create a path A and a path B. So you'll see here, now I have a send review request for the text message, a send review request for the email. And then again, just depending on your use case, you can make different actions go from here all the way to the point where maybe you send reminders and then just end the automation altogether. Then after that, you can go ahead and go into settings. And a few things, say you're sending like emails or text messages, you can put things in here such as make sure that you only send these messages out during a specific time window. Maybe you only want to do it during business hours. And then always make sure that you have this selected for stop on response. Again, there might be use cases where you don't want to have that selected, but most of the time you're going to want to have stop on response selected. So if they respond, they're not going to get another message that's like a reminder or a different hello, because then it just probably confuse them because they're like, hey, I already responded to you. Why you're texting me again? And then once that's all done, the most important part is make sure that you publish this, name it, and save it. And then you're good to go. There's a review for you, or there's an automation for you, I should say. All right, so real quick, so you don't get confused, if you want to create your reputation link, what you'll do is you'll come down here in the bottom left under reputation, and then you'll see here, you'll have the ability to go to requests, or sorry, not requests, go to settings. And then what will happen here is you can select review link, and then you can either put in a custom link, set one up, right? So this is how you can get like your Google, maybe you want to do like Yelp reviews, Facebook reviews, whatever it might be. And then if you scroll down here, you can actually make a template for both your SMS reviews. So you can put like a little image in here. You can say, what you want for the message, or you can put in here what you want the text message to say. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Hi, please leave us a review. You can do the same thing for your email templates as well. So I will just go ahead and do email review request. You'll see here, there's actually a pre-built template right here, but you can actually edit this around if you would like to as well. So if you come right here where it says create new, this will actually pop open the email template that's on here already. And then you'll see here, very similar if you've watched some of my other videos when it comes to like building out websites and things like that. It's just very drag and drop, right? You can put their logo in here, put a little message, and then right here, link the button to Google, Facebook, customer review link. Maybe you want to manually put them to Yelp, whatever it might be in order to build this up. Now, what's really cool about HighLevel is because you can do custom links. I want to show you something real quick. If you go back to settings right here, you can actually go to integrations, and you'll see here there are so many different review sites that you can integrate. Now, why is this important? So Angie's List, for instance, say you are serving a service-based business and they are on Angie's List. Guess what? You can integrate that. Say that you have a unique niche, and here's a little golden nugget for you because I don't feel like this is very saturated yet, and you are helping Airbnb hosts on the back end with reviews, automations, maybe systems to build out communications, confirmation texts for the people that are coming into their Airbnbs that they're hosting, right? You can integrate that as well for them to leave reviews. And we all know how important it is for Airbnb hosts to get reviews. So you'll see here, there's so many different things that you can integrate here and then automate to, no matter what niche or industry that you're going out to, solve an actual problem for them to help them increase their business, increase appointment show ups, increase people leaving reviews so that their, Airbnb or their business on Google, whatever it might be, gets a better boost organically. All right, like I said, we're not going to get too complicated. Really, the goal of this video was to help you paint a picture of the type of automations and the possibilities with HighLevel. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. All right, hopefully you found that video helpful. Again, if you want to get started with HighLevel, you can click the link in my description to get a free trial, and I'll send over all the automations that we talked about today. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel because we post all this content for free. It really does help the channel out. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.